Hello and welcome to another PA Matches cast. I'm Brian Perkis and we've got a very interesting 5-way free-for-all for you. Before I start following the players in their opening build, I've got two things I want to show you first. One is these orbits. It's pretty difficult to tell, but actually if you look over here, you can see these two lines over here. These two planets are pretty much on the exact same orbit, and eventually this larger planet is going to catch up and collide with this smaller planet. The other thing I want to talk about is this is the Community UberBalance. What this balance mod is it keeps everything as close to vanilla as possible, but with some small changes to some of the overpowered and underpowered units and structures. In particular, the Vanguard and the Sheller have received some pretty big nerfs. The Vanguard has had an HP reduction, a damage reduction, a rate of fire reduction, a splash damage reduction, a slight cost decrease, and a slight range increase. The Sheller has had a damage reduction, a slight rate of fire increase, and a splash damage reduction, and a range reduction. The Dox has had a HP increase, a damage increase, a cost increase, a vision increase, a range increase, and an acceleration reduction. The nuclear missile launcher has had a cost decrease for both the missile and the launcher, and the anti-nuke launcher and anti-nuke missile have had a cost decrease. And that's all the changes. Like I said, it sticks very close to the vanilla balance, but just fixes some of the problem areas. Another thing, we've got dynamic alliances. Marncorp, Feisty McTiger, and Stewart have all teamed up, while Mott and Merid are both solo right now. So here we go. We got some raiding doxes out from Merid, putting in some real good wins, taking out some expanding fabricators, some metal extractors, and yep, they're going to continue moving forward, and they're going to move in and be able to take out these metal extractors, no problem. But here comes some, not ants, asteroid belts, really. Asteroid belts moving in to deal with those doxes, but oh, that is unfortunate. 2% left on this metal extractor. Probably could have been destroyed with like one or two shots. Got a early orbital going up here from Merid, and a bit of a clash. Grenadiers versus Dox. Those Grenadiers, man, they keep at range and are microed properly. They are very, very powerful units. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, Mott went for a very, very hardcore aggression. Built lots of factories right off the bat, and hasn't done a whole lot of expansion. Most of his expansion seems to be with his commander, and wow, he doesn't even have any energy plants. He's just relying on his commander. There we go. There goes an energy plant. More clashes with bots over here as Stewart is putting a lot of aggression on Merid. Ooh, hello. Marncorp has gone for a hardcore T2 rush. Pumping out lots working on pumping out lots of T2 units, getting out some Vanguards, which have received a significant nerf, as I mentioned. Feisty McTiger is amassing a lot of units, but not doing with any of them yet. Much with any of them. It looks like he wants to just kind of be an island and hang out and let everyone else fight first. Let's see. Oh, a bit of a raid here from Stewart, moving in on Mott. And falling back. Let's see what else is going on. What else is going on? Everybody's a bit of a raid over here. Mott moving in on Stuart, very nice. As well as Stuart is moving in towards Merid. Let's see how these Docks and Grenadiers do. They're doing alright. Those tanks clearly are way better than Docks, but Merid just had Stuart way outnumbered there. Well, here we go. Mott is moving in on Marncorp. Let's see how these advanced units do against these T1 units. Vanguard's out front, tanking all the damage. I'd be really curious to see how this would do if some combat fabricators were mixed into the bunch. Lone Sheller and Lone Leveler doing a lot of work, but those Vanguards are doing a lot of damage. At the same time, those units are not. Here comes much more units in support. Let's see, what does Marncorp does see them. It's Orient North. Marncorp does see them thanks to radar. So now he needs to micro this defense and keep those, since Mott is microing as well and is keeping his units behind. He needs to Marncorp needs to keep his vanguards out front and his levelers and shellers behind, and let those levelers and shellers' superior range deal the damage. Again, like I said, I'd be really curious to see how this would have worked if there were some combat fibers in the mix. Mott is desperately trying to flank around to do some flanking damage. Move around and take out some of these metal extractors over here, which he does not see, but he is taking some pretty heavy losses, while it would seem that Marncorp is out ahead. Let's take a look at the total. Not, since this is a replay, it doesn't look like we're going to get the total metal count or something. Most unfortunate. That'd be. I'm really curious to see who has the greater metal value, Marncorp or Mott. But at the same time, here comes a bunch of bots from Merid. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see the good T1, T2 showdown thanks to Merid going in and messing everything up. But at the same time, it does look like Mott has significantly taken out and dealt with Mott's attack. Even though Mott greatly outnumbered Merid, Marncorp dealt with that attack pretty easily. But those bots moving in from Merid have done a decent amount of damage. Here comes another follow-up attack from Mott. Gonna end up running it into... Or are they still allied? Nope. Gonna end up running into dealing with some of these bots. It looks like poor Marncorp is getting triple teamed right now. But as you can see on the pip over here, Merid has gone into orbit. He has not really done much. So let's see. The total economy. Marncorp is falling behind. So it looks like Marncorp is going to get taken out. Difficult to say whether this is because of T1 spam or if this is because of player skill, because Mott is definitely better than Marncorp in the latter. And Marncorp has had to deal with being attacked from both Stuart as well as Merid. Oh wow, look at this crazy amount of units, as well as advanced air. Lots of Hornets being built here from Feisty McTiger, who is still allied with... Not sure if this means he's allied with Stuart or if that's a bug. But he's still allied with Marncorp. But he's not doing anything to help out his ally. Not a very good friend. So, let's see. Stuart is still allied with Marncorp and Feisty McTiger. Marncorp is losing his base, but is looking to try and go to the stars and head on out to that other planet, which is uncolonized at this point. Man, Mott. There we go. Mott is working on advance now. And, oh, Stuart here's got his advanced bots. He's got some slammers as well as Blue Hawks and Gillies. Got a very nice, varied unit composition. Fighters for cover since there's no stingers. Blue Hawks, slammers, Gillies, Grenadiers. A very nice and varied bot force. I want to see how these do. Let's see, what does Stuart see? Stuart does not have radar coverage. That's going to greatly reduce the effectiveness of his Gillies and Blue Hawks. Let's see. Marncorp's commander is picked up and off to the other planet he goes, which... Oh, that's interesting. Both planets are smashable. Now that is interesting. Anchor being built here from Merid. Very nice move. Those anchors are just so stinking good and so useful at protecting the ground layer as well as the orbital layer. Since there are no anti-orbital units other than Avengers, and it takes like, what, if I remember correctly, it was like 20. Hello, Mott is now in trouble as these units are moving in. Gillies and Blue Hawks they gotta keep range, gotta stay out of range of that Uber cannon. But those Gillies and yep, down he goes. Gillies and Blue Hawks for the win. And here comes a bunch more units. Slammer's doing quite a lot of damage. But those docks are not useless. They can actually cause damage. So, Mott is the first one to go down. That's why you gotta keep your commander in the middle of your base at all times. Always, always, always protect your commander, or you're gonna run into just that. Very nice move, building the Arcid, the basic radar satellite, providing invaluable intel for Merid. They are cheap, always worth building pretty much. Planets are getting closer and closer and closer. Not much time before they end up colliding. You know what? I'm going to get rid of the pip mirroring, and I'm going to use that to keep an eye on this other planet. Teleporter being built here from Merid. Oh, hello! There goes all of Feisty McTiger's units as Marncorp is getting off planet, and thankfully for Marncorp, Feisty McTiger is still allied with Marncorp. And is he allied with Stuart? Nope, they are not allied, but Stuart is still allied with Marncorp, so at least I don't think they're allied, but they can see each other's stuff. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I think what this means is Feisty McTiger is still allied with Stuart, and Stuart is still allied with Marncorp. So you've got kind of this awkward triangle where not everybody's allied with everybody, so you see what's happening here. Pretty sure that's what's going on. Let's take a look at the economies. Merid is in the lead with Stuart in second, while Feisty McTiger is way behind, and Marncorp is way, way behind. But since Feisty McTiger has not been attacking anyone, he is way in the lead for total unit count. Still, at this point, no one else is heading on off to the other planet, but those planets are getting closer. And closer. So somebody's gonna need to win, or they're gonna need to smash that planet, or no one's gonna win. Let's see, here we go. Merritt is forming up his units to go on a raid. We'll see where he goes. Oh, and backstab. Feisty McTiger is moving in to finish off Stewart. Such is the nature of dynamic alliances, and down goes Stewart. Feisty McTiger lost a decent amount of forces in his in the resulting commander explosion, but he still has a decent amount of units, and most importantly, he's got these Hornets. This clump of Hornets right here could quite easily snipe a commander. Now that's interesting. Look over here on the pip. That is really weird. I'm going to need to report that bug. Excuse me. So, and then there were 3. Let's see. Marncourt and Feisty McTiger are still allied, so it is a 2v1. Let's see what Merritt sees. Merritt definitely could use an update to his intel. He just got a scout. He does see this advanced air factory built. So, but at the same time, he doesn't have hardly any air. That is not good. Those moving catapults, those Hornets, which are not doing anything. Oh, looks like we're going to get another backstab here as Feisty McTiger sends all of his units through the teleporter. Probably going to see a break in alliance here. Teleporter queued up. Who is that from? Oh, that's going to be a teleporter queued up from Merritt. Yep, there's the backstab. And down goes Marncourt here. Not a backstab? Are they still allied? They are still allied, but Feisty McTiger specifically took out... Oh, that is cold. Feisty McTiger focused fired on Marncourt's units, destroying them. There's Merritt's teleporter, not yet connected. And the commander, Marncourt's commander is getting out of dodge. Feisty McTiger focused fired on Marncourt's T2 units and the teleporter, preventing reinforcements as well as preventing those T2 units from tipping the scales once he backstabs. But the commander is now left the planet, and Merritt is now on to the other planet. He does not have intel, though. No, you gotta build a radar or something first. There we go. Now has scouted out. Scheller is now putting in work, attacking that advanced vehicle factory, and the anchor is being built. That anchor is going to be very, very important at defending this teleporter once Feisty McTiger and Marncourt realize what's going on. Halley being built here on the other planet, which only requires 3. So let's head on back to the main planet. Doesn't look like I've missed anything, but there's still all of these Hornets, as well as more Hornets over here. These Hornets could end the game pretty much instantly. And now that is an interesting graphical glitch. Don't know what's caused it. Merritt scouted. Looks like he's might have done some. Yeah, he's done some scouting, so he does know about the imminent Hornet threat. Merritt is now queued up. Is now working on Halley's as well, and is moving forward to deal with Feisty McTiger as well as Marncourt. So Merritt is desperately trying to build those Halley's before his base accidentally gets taken out because they're getting closer and closer. Time is running out, and at the same time, Feisty McTiger is now moving forward in against Merritt. That is quite a lot of units, and Merritt is taking all of his units and frantically trying to move them in to defend. Here comes the Docks, putting in some decent work against those ants, but the ants are definitely way ahead. I'm sorry, not ants, asteroid belts. Uber continuing with their trolling. Merritt is now in the negative for energy, and it looks like he's going to be able to repel this attack, but take significant losses in doing so. Hello, that's a nuke that is almost complete. Wow. Merritt's got a nuke as well as a planet smash in the works. Let's see. Yep, he's focusing pretty hard on that, and man, planets are getting closer and closer. Where's that nuke? You know what? Those Halleys are gonna... Oh, no. Let's see what's going on over here. Looks like Merritt is finally moving forward to try and finish off those units, but those levelers aren't firing? That is really weird that those levelers are not firing. I don't know what's going on there. Halley's being closer to completed. Let's, but then again, at the same time, that nuke is almost completed. Oh, no, that's interesting. The sound switches to whichever I'm hovering over. That's nifty. Oh my goodness, those so close. The question is Merritt going to finish those Halleys, or is he going to, or is there going to be a accidental planet collision? Either way, it is going to be so stinking close. Units moving forward here from Merritt. Looks like they're going after one Halley done over here. That's so cool. I can see both planets like that. Feisty McTiger is now getting off planet. And heading off to the other planet. And he's being chased. At the same time, he's being chased by some Avengers here from Merritt. Woo! That's going to be interesting. Nuke launch. Headed towards Feisty McTiger, gonna take out the entirety of his base. That commander got away just in time. Kaboom! That is such a cool commander explosion. Oh my goodness, that base is getting so close. Oh, and is it gonna take out Merritt? Ah! It's gonna be so close. So close. Getting closer and closer. It doesn't look like those Halleys are going to be completed in time. Only one is finished. Oh. Oof. I don't even know what's going on. It looks like the planets are scraping against each other. I think that's what's going on. I think the planets are scraping against each other. Nope, not scraping. There we go! Finally, the collision. Oh, and Merritt's commander has just barely. Holy cow. That commander has just barely survived. That's some really annoying beeping. And I think everything on that planet has been destroyed. Feisty McTiger has been destroyed. And Marncore is off in orbit. And I think we might be getting just a never-ending perpetual planet collision. And down goes Merritt's commander from the collision. And Marncore is the winner because he's just hanging out in orbit, if you can call that winning. Ha! Now that is quite the ending. This commander's just, or this planet's just scraping and destroying everything and colliding over and over. That was great. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to drop a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.